What's going on, YouTube? Lasagna here, back with another episode of Road to 2000. Today's episode, we're starting at 1710. Let's jump into the 10-minute queue. We're against Figure 09 LP from Bangladesh. I feel like we've had an opponent from Bangladesh before. And today's a special episode because for the first time you're witnessing Lasagna with spectacles. Now, I actually think that D takes here is a viable line. But I'm just going to take with the B pawn because I think I know this one a little bit better. But yeah, I got my eyes tested and I guess I'm not seeing as sharp as I thought I was, which maybe explains a lot in terms of my chess ability. So maybe, who knows, we'll see some more hanging pieces today. I'm considering D6. I know that Knight H6 is a move in some lines. I think this is called the Roslimo, where they take the knight here. I have a feeling Knight H6 is a move. Okay, let's take here. So this gets rid of our doubled pawns, which I think... Whoa, what is this? Maybe he's trying to go here so he can attack this. Kind of wondering if I have... No, d6, queen d2. I don't even have this because he'd just take. If castles, queen d2. I kind of have to go knight h4. Or knight g4. If I go f5 here... Maybe f5 is the way. It does kind of open up his rook here. Then maybe he has bishop d6. Yeah, f5 takes. If knight takes... Oh no, he doesn't have bishop d6 because I'd take with the knight. So maybe f5 is a move. I'm going to play it. I don't want to be down 3 minutes, so... I don't want to get a situation where I have to move the knight to g4. And this line with knight h6 is... this also has the advantage of protecting this pawn again, which is kind of nice. But the line with knight h6, the idea is that you can play f5 and like tuck this knight back to f7. I don't know if it's any good, but it's a line. Okay, he's trying to trade off the dark squared bishop. I mean, we are just up a pawn here. I could take. I guess I'm just a little concerned that my king's in the center and we've got some extended pawns, so I'm not sure. Might be in some danger. Like, where's my king going long term? I guess I should ask myself that. Like, if I castle and if he takes here... What if I just go here? Yeah, I'm just gonna go here. And just try to solidify my extra pawn. Like, I feel like this is gonna yield me a pretty big advantage if I can get into the middle game and not get checkmated, so... Because we are clamping down on the c3 square here. Okay, well, if I take, he's going to have a big lead in development. But if I don't take, then what am I doing? Because I won't be up a pawn anymore. I really feel like I need to get developed. Knight f5. Takes, hitting the rook, and that doesn't look very good. Queen d6 does attack this pawn. Takes. I don't know. Looks a little loose. Yeah, I don't think I really like my position, to be honest. Like, if I kingside castle and just accept that I'm going to be giving back the pawn, then the problem is I'm going to have no dark squared bishop, and I feel like I might be in some danger there. Ugh, yeah. Doesn't feel right, but I'm gonna take. Maybe bishop b7. Just desperately trying to. Maybe queenside castle? I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I have a feeling this might go very poorly, though. And this is why you probably shouldn't go pawn hunting in the opening as black without having any center pawns in the middle of the board. Because if you look at white's position, he's just got 2 knights, rook down the file. It's very scary. Okay, so he is threatening check here. Maybe there's queen b6, though. I'm gonna go queen b6. Oh, wait, maybe there's still check. Because I can't actually take. Oops. Check. Yeah, I think I just have to go king d8. But then he has this one. I have to go king f8. Yeah, don't try this at home, folks. Don't don't play knight at h6 f5 without fully understanding the consequences, because you'll get positions like this. A takes. I mean, the more trades we get, the happier I am here, but still doesn't look very good. Okay, so how do we survive? Does he have a threat right now? I guess he's threatening this. There's just d6. d6, queen f3. That looks bad. If I go knight f5, he has g4. Oh wait, no, there's no queen f6. My queen covers it. So let's go here. Just connect the pawns. And long term, what am I doing with my king? Maybe I can go like knight f5, king g7, and like try to castle manually or something. Okay. So again, queen f3, always covered. Kind of like knight f5 here. So let's go. It protects this pawn. He also doesn't have g4 anymore. Maybe there's king g7 and rook f8. And in that position, like if I got those 2 moves, I feel like I'd kind of be cooking. Because, you know, we are up a pawn here. So if we could like trade some pieces and I don't know. I don't know what that move does. I'm kind of considering this move, but it does kind of run into some checks. I'm just going to make a quick move here. Yeah, I don't like the position. Maybe just h5 and just send it. Feels wrong. Okay, I'm going to go king g7. If I get checks, I'm kind of want to block with the pawn. Maybe he has like some sort of sacrifice there. Okay, so if I go rook f8, check here. I don't know. Don't have any time to think. If there's checkmate, there's checkmate. That's my philosophy at the moment. Let's go here, I guess. Just, I don't know. Centralize the queen a little bit. Maybe there's this. Try to swing the rook over. Here's this move. Here, check. It's no good. Let's go here, I guess. There's no check because I take. Maybe you could take here and try to get this. Getting very sharp. I don't like it. Might try to get a queen trade, because this move also puts a little bit of pressure on the knight and on f2. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. I think I might try to sack or something, because this knight's super strong. Like, knight h6 at the right moment is just gonna completely kill me. Yeah, this is just over, by the way. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a nice move. Yeah. Takes... wait, hold on. I mean, there's... No, that move doesn't work. Oh, there's checkmate. Yeah. Well played by my opponent. I mean, I just played a bad opening and got smoked. What can I say? Let's take a look at the analysis. So in that game, my opponent played with a 75% accuracy. I played with a 68. So not the best played game, but it got very sharp. So usually it's hard to maintain a good accuracy in those kind of positions. But we got a Sicilian. The Rosslimo is a great weapon against a Sicilian. I'm not the best against this opening. Yeah, so knight h6 is a book move. I'm just not sure where exactly I went wrong here. Bishop f4, I guess, is inaccurate. Okay, engine says d6. I was just wondering after this. Okay, I guess it says knight g4, but usually when I just thought that if I had to go like knight h6, knight g4, knight f6, like, isn't it just, shouldn't I have just gone to this square initially? But okay, I guess in this position there's knight e5, so that kind of justifies it a little bit. Takes, aha, and now this pawn's just anchored in and we're just better. Okay, I'll know that for next time. But instead I go f5, he takes, I go knight takes f5. And in this position I was supposed to take the bishop. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't go for this. I guess I just figured that my pawn was likely to fall here, and you know, the dark squares around my king are pretty weak, and the rook's lined up here against my king. But I guess that happened in the game anyways, so yeah, and in this position my knight's just on g7, which obviously isn't very good. Oops. So he goes c3 here, which is a nice move because it kind of challenges my center and makes me make a tough decision. Like, do I want to just give him the pawn or what do I want to do? So I decided to take, which is probably ill-advised. Just the center's wide open with the heavy pieces staring down with my king still there. And I'm still like 1, 2, 3, 4 moves away from castling this way, and castling this way doesn't even seem good because dark squares are weak, so pretty significant advantage for white here. So I go bishop b7. This move wasn't very good. I guess kingside castles just kind of saves me here to a certain extent. But I go queen b6 thinking that I was covering this check, but in reality, it doesn't cover the check, because if I take with the queen, he takes back, and the pawn's pinned here. So I have to go king f8. If I go king d8, then there's check. So I go king f8, and he goes knight takes b7, I take. And in this position, I did feel like I was kind of getting back in the game a little bit. But it's still really tough to play. You know, the diagonal's super weak. There's all these checks, and the knight's actually quite strong. You know, this h6 square is very relevant with a potential queen coming over and stuff like that. So just a tough position to play for black. Although it does say I'm like minus 0.8, so I guess it's playable. It's just you probably don't want to have a 5-minute time disadvantage here. So in this position, he goes queen b2 check, I go back, and h3 is a nice move here, just anchoring the knight, because I was kind of... it also makes room for his king, but let's just say he does nothing. I was considering going here, which like offers the queen trade, puts pressure on the knight here, and you can picture a world where like if I move the knight somewhere, and like there's an attack on the pawn here, if the knight has to move and stuff. So anyways, I just felt like this position I was sort of getting somewhere. So h3 is a nice move just to stop those ideas, because now the knight's defended. And it can kind of stay there forever. So at this point I kind of just had to move quickly, and I make a couple of mistakes here, and he finds this nice brilliant move. No time, I just decided to take and pray that this is fine. But queen h6 is nice, and this is also a nice sacrifice. I just got smoked here, just a beautiful combination with the checkmate here. So I think we'll play another game. You know, in the 1700s, we're going to get that. We're going to get opponents that know how to punish mistakes in the opening, and so we're just going to have to learn how to lock in a bit better and actually get a good opening, get a playable position in the middle game, and just hold on in those positions. So try to do that in this game. We're against KGF from India. Let's try this again, see if we get another one of these. No, we get, I don't know what this is. It might kind of transpose into an open Sicilian, which it does. Okay, knight back is weird. I'm going to go knight f6 here. My opponent strikes me as the kind of guy that doesn't really study openings. He's kind of just seems like he's freestyling a little bit. Okay, he's kind of just moving his knights around everywhere. I don't know what he's doing. Probably go d5 here. D5, e5. Knight here, and yeah, that should be good for me. This should be a free pawn, if I'm not mistaken. My opponent's moving very quickly. But I think I can just take here. And position looks great. This knight's actually not very well placed. I don't know why he did this big maneuver here, because like it's not like his knight can really progress anywhere in this position. So I think it's actually better placed on its initial square of c3. So he kind of wasted time and has a worse place for the knight here. Okay, I think I'm going to play take and play e5 here. We just had the big black center here. There's no bishop f5 because takes. So what do we want to do here? I mean, we could attack the queen and the pawn behind. Could go like f5 or something. Could maybe like try to put the bishop on this diagonal or something, either way. e5, where does the, or e4, where does the queen go? Let's say queen e2. Well, okay, can he protect this pawn? I guess he has this. In that position, I guess I can go a6. Queen b3. Yeah, I don't like that transformation. I think just developing more pieces is probably logical. Which diagonal do I want the bishop on? This one's kind of like shut out by the... But maybe I want more protection on this pawn. I don't know. Yeah, let's just go bishop e6. Just overprotect the pawn. Just maintaining our big center here. Rook c8 can't be a bad move. Just move the rook. Yeah, I like the position. We still have our big center here. Looks pretty good. Does this move just trap the bishop? I guess he has this. Maybe we go for like a minority attack here to try to use the file. And then eventually we can open up the bishops at the right moment. Okay, where do we go with the queen? Maybe here? Yeah, let's go here. I want to support this move. Whoa. Okay, now we might have this move. Here. Yeah, I think I want to push, because now the bishop kind of sucks, and my pawn's actually decently well defended here. And I'll have this move at some point to start utilizing the bishops. So looks like my opponent made a pretty serious error here. I'm gonna go here. And he's playing extremely quickly. Sometimes you get these opponents in Rapid that maybe they just came off of a long blitz session and I think I want to take this one. Well, then he has rook b1 there. Let's take here. It's actually just a fork as well. Although I don't know if I want to give up my dark squared bishop because he's going to be able to create a pretty fast counterattack there. Maybe I just want to keep the bishops. Yeah, this move looks kind of nice. Well, actually he takes here. I'm gonna take this pawn. I don't really want to take the... I don't really want to take the rook there. Like with all of my pawns on light squares, I feel like I need the bishop here to cover up all those holes. We go f5 so that I can start pushing this pawn. That seems actually pretty good. I want to push this pawn. Not sure what that move does. Maybe he wants to go here. I'm gonna go here, just offer the queen trade. I didn't like knight h5 there, because maybe he's coming into... I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a big threat, but... Yeah, let's go here. Just want to shove the pawn down his throat a little bit. Ooh, I'd missed that move. Let's go here, maybe? Maybe I could like create a battery. I don't know. Just gotta move relatively quickly here. We're like way ahead in the position, so, and not get checkmated, obviously. This move, okay. I mean, I could just take here, can't I? I think he's just trying to confuse me and run my clock out or something, but I can check. I think we can go up. Oh, maybe there's this move. But then there's this. I don't think he's checkmating me with just the queen. Let's go rook f8. Oops, I hung my rook, but that's not good. At least there's no like forks. Like, we're still up material, don't forget. So if we go here, there is check. I mean, we don't really have an option though. Oh no, dude. Here, check. How have I messed this up here? Like here, check. I have to come back into the diagonal, and then he's... I think I have to go to the center. If check... Yeah, I think I can go to the center. I don't know how I've messed this up so bad, but... Definitely... Maybe I shouldn't have locked out my bishop, because it's kind of creating problems because of all the issues on the dark squares. Here there's check. Here, check. Here. Maybe that's actually fine. Yeah, I don't think he has any more checks there. Oh, wait, hold on. Check. Here. Oh, no, there's no... I thought he had queen h8 there. But his knight blocks there. Oh my god. Not the cleanest game, but man, that's funny. Alright, let's have a look. What an absolute tragedy for my opponent. I can't believe he... I don't... Having a look at the game review, it doesn't look like he actually had any winning chances. Surprisingly, it seemed like he probably... It seemed like he could have had some resources, but I think we put up some decent defensive moves there. I played with an 86, he played with a 76. And we have another sloppy Sicilian here. In this one, it's kind of like an open Sicilian, where the pawns are traded on d4, but then he did some weird stuff with like rerouting this knight to g3, which is not, it's not correct. So this, he just like overextends the pawn here, because he doesn't actually have like a neighboring pawn to defend it, and with knight g4, now there's like 3 attackers, and there's only 1 defender, so he's losing the pawn. Yeah, so we're just -3 in this position, which is wild. So I decided to take the light square bishop and play e5, and yeah, the huge pawn center here is just, it's just gargantuan. So I can basically do anything in this position and just be better. So we go rook e8, he goes c3, just cutting this off, and for a second I thought he trapped his own bishop here, but he always has this square. But I think a5 is just a good move anyways, because maybe I want to get these pawns rolling and make use of the file, so... but he voluntarily goes b4, which kind of does our work for us. Just at the right moment, opening this diagonal is just going to be lights out. So we go a5. He goes b4 or b5, and I could take this, but then there's some counterplay here. Oh, sorry, can't take it in this position. But I think I had an opportunity later to take the pawn and maybe allow some counterplay. But first I go e4 here. Just now there's two attackers on this pawn. These pawns are super weak. Bishop's a little bit misplaced, and he's just very uncoordinated. The knight's randomly on g3 here, so it's just really bad for white. So I take with the fork here, and let's see. Yeah, taking the rook is not the best move here, because sometimes in chess you got to think about like the counterplay opportunities. And after I don't know what I would play in this position. Engine says d4. Let's just say I just make like a calm move here or something. Like he's gonna be able to play this and like maybe create a battery, maybe go here. And yeah, there's just gonna be always these mate threats with all these weak diagonal squares. So I just didn't want to allow any of that. So we get this position, which I'm still like much better. So although taking the rook, I probably would have been fine. It's just like, why would I do that when I'm up a bunch of pawns and just have like full control over the position? So we get this position. I decided to go f5. My idea was that I just wanted to create this pawn chain so that I could advance this pawn. Because in this position, if I play this move, he can take. And maybe there's like taking here or taking here with the discovery, but then I don't have the two center pawns anymore. So that's why I played f5. He goes here, and there were some kind of annoying threats here, like knight h5. Like say I go d4 here, there's knight h5, and I'm not sure it does much. Like I can't take obviously because of the pin, but like maybe there's d3 and just covering all these checks and stuff. So maybe I should have just done that, but I go queen d8 to try to get the queens off the board, and also this prevents knight h5 because I take the queen here. He goes queen f4, I go d4, and he takes the pawn. I go bishop d5. Maybe angling for some like stuff on this light square diagonal in the future. But he takes on f5, which actually I thought was really bad, but it did offer some kind of practical chances. Now, note in this position that if check, I was going to take the knight here, and you know, although he has a couple more checks, like he has no more pieces, right? He's just got the lone queen, which I'm going to be fine here. But I did make a big mistake here, kind of missing the bishop on the side of the board. And now it's getting a little dicey because, you know, the knight-queen combination is pretty scary. And in this position, I thought I blundered because I thought there was here, and like, if this queen could come here, I think this would be really bad. But the knight obstructs the view of h8, or yeah, h8 here. And he goes queen a5. I did not see this check because it's impossible, because the bishop, two backwards bishop moves missed here by 1700s. Obviously, this stuff happens at every level, folks. People miss stuff, and I guess it just happens sometimes. But yeah, my opponent resigned the game in this position, probably just playing a bit too quickly there, trying to pressure me on the clock. But it didn't work in this case, so we're back up to 1709. Good episode today, 1 win, 1 loss, some spicy games, a lot of tactics, a lot of sharp stuff here, but yeah, it was a good couple of games there. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and have yourselves a lovely day.